Girl, you are a mess. I can't believe you said that. No, but really, like, I think if you really put your mind to it, you could be a makeup artist. Like, you did a pretty good job. OMG. Yes, girl. But I don't mean to, like, make this seem like a transactional relationship or anything, but, like, you did say we each have one thing the other has to do at this sleepover. You know what time it is. Yeah. So since you did my makeup, love ya, now you are gonna listen to me talk about a doll line that came out the year I was born. Let's get started. So, the doll line we will be talking about is called MyScene. So many of you guys might be familiar with the name. It was a doll line released in 2002. That's when I was born, yeah. But it did not last long, as it was discontinued after 6 years in 2008 in the US and 2011 worldwide. But within their short time frame, they came out with a doll line that is still recognizable to this day, especially with characters such as, I would say maybe Madison and Barbie are probably spoken about the most. And they also had flash games, online games, webisodes. Like, they were just doing everything they could in that short period of time, and I commend them for it. Like, they were putting in the work. And there are actually two different versions. The versions most people are familiar with would be the ones that look like this. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, girl. Like, the ones they're like kind of tall and slender. They kind of look a little wispy, if that makes sense. And those are the four main girls. But the webisode I'm going to be talking about, I think that it's like very obvious that they're kind of trying to compete with Bratz. Like, not only was this like the first line that they released or something that had a wider range of girls from different backgrounds, but it came out a year after Bratz. And the creator of Bratz is a former Mattel like employee. Like, come on. But I don't think this is news to anybody. But yeah, and I found this other webisode that I don't really see people talk about that much when it comes to theirs. And don't get me wrong, I didn't know about these either, but like, they have big heads. Like, I just feel like it was so obvious that they were trying to do. They have bigger heads, and I definitely prefer this new art style with the webisodes most people are familiar with. But I still think that other one still has some charm to it, and if anything, it feels like it's more so for like maybe younger audience. I feel like the other one is maybe preteen, teen, a little bit, but the other one is definitely leaning more on the childish side. And I mean, I love to get my childishness on, so that's not a complaint. But anyways, the initial characters. Right. So I already spoke about how Bratz were the first people to come out with a doll line with a diverse range of girls that little girls could just look up to and just see themselves be represented a bit. You know, we can't be mad at that. So here are the ladies. Yeah. So Chelsea, we're doing Chelsea first. This is Chelsea. Oops, let me see, how do I do this? 1 second, girl. You already know I'm no math whiz. Oh my god, what did I do? I don't know what I did. But anyways, so Chelsea, this one right here. Yep. Chelsea is 16. She is a Scorpio, November 10th. I'm a Scorpio too. I believe she's of Hispanic descent, so maybe like a white Hispanic. And she dreams of designing clothes. She's always willing to help others, and she feels most connected when she likes customizing items. And I feel like I relate to her because I also love customizing. Like, first of all, she's a Scorpio. She likes to customize. I have a sewing machine. She sells her clothes in a freaking flea market. I sell mine on Depop. Yeah, go check out my Depop. And like, I just think that's amazing. And then Madison, who is also known as Wesley in the Euro, and in this webisode they only refer to Madison as Wesley, so maybe this was a European MyScene webisode, but we're more familiar with the American one, maybe. So this is Madison, the one with the curly hair. She is also 16. Her birthday is August 3rd, making her a Leo, and she is African American. She loves journaling. She's an aspiring songwriter, music producer, and is a band manager to Urban Desire. Unfortunately, they don't really lean into her music too much in these webisodes. I wish they did, because it would have been great to see and hear Urban Desire if they had any songs for them, because I love a good soundtrack. Like, have you heard some of the Brat songs? I might recommend some. I might put some on the screen, because some of the Brat songs are like bangers. And she likes to travel by limousine. So all this information I'm getting from a fandom website. I'll link it. That was a quick breaking character, but yeah, I'll link it. So yeah, and she loves Hawaiian pizza. I love Hawaiian pizza. We should definitely get some Hawaiian pizza. I mean, like, you can do like half cheese or half pepperoni if you want. Like, I love pepperoni and pineapple instead of the ham, because I don't really like ham. But yeah, if you want to get pizza, just let me know. But like, call them now, so by the time I'm done with this, we can eat it and then like watch a movie or something. But anyways, so Noli is right here, the one with the black hair, and she is 16. Her birthday is May 24th, making her a Gemini. She is Japanese American. She loves to skateboard. She is spiritually invested, so she likes to experience tarot cards, fortune telling, and interpreting her dreams. Like, OMG, like, she is definitely born in the right generation. Like, girl, go to the nearest store and get some crystals or something. Like, oh my god, like, imagine going to get your freaking tarot card reading with Noli. Like, she was kind of advanced, because I mean, this was the early 2000s. There were probably some people who were already dabbling in it, but I just feel like, especially the past couple of years, like, just the crystals and the tarot cards and all this stuff has just become like so booming. So it's just kind of funny how it works that way. So yeah, those are the 4 main characters. So from my memory, I probably really liked Madison. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh girl, I literally only did 3. OMG. So this is Kennedy, the blondie. They did used to actually have Barbie in the other web series. It might be Barbie, I'm not sure, because I haven't seen it since I was like a child. But this one is named Kennedy, which replaces Barbie. And Kennedy looks identical to Barbie. That's actually on the fandom webpage. And their birthday is February 13th. They're 16 and they are a Aquarius. And she is white. Her motto is, I'm a celebrity in training. Like, OMG, I love it. She brings the drama, and she does want to be an actress. She's also interested in fashion and entertainment news, but she always prioritizes her friendship and always has her cell phone close by. Like, she's also part of this generation. Like, what? Like, I'm a celebrity in training. Her cell phone needs to be like in arm's length at all times. Like, probably not even that. Probably closer than that. She's a part of this time, but yeah, let's get into the web series. We're done with the background stuff, girl. I know you're intrigued, aren't you? I know. Okay, I'll put the compilation that I watched in the description below, and we are back into it. Okay, so girl, there are 9 episodes. Each one is around 4 minutes, and they're like all cute. They have a little lesson at the end. They have this character that I couldn't find on the fandom page called Nia, and she's introduced in the first episode, and I mean, like, she's all right. Like, we know a little bit about her, but I think this is the only time we really get to know her, because I couldn't really find that much about her, so I guess she doesn't really matter. Anyways, let's get started. Episode 1, DJ. We meet Nia, and mind you, we will be ranking, so listen to all these, put your ranking down below. I'll tell you my ranking once we're done. Okay, so Kennedy and Chelsea are talking about Barbie's recent friend who's
You're gonna love Nia, big time. All the gang will. She's totally one of us.
the DJ, and they hope to be invited to this club called Mud. Like, what are you guys gonna be doing? Wrestling? Bikini wrestling in the Mud club? And she runs into Nia, who is incredibly nervous for her gig. She's the one performing. And because of her nerves, they try and ease her down by glamming her up, but at home, she ends up losing her voice because of a cold. So the other girls are already at the club, including River, who later on is canonically Kennedy's boyfriend in this universe. And they're anticipating her performance, and she does good. I mean, she is a DJ, so it's not like she has to be belting out things or like lip syncing or anything, despite her froggy voice. And one thing I will say, I love cartoons that give me fashion inspiration. Like, that's one thing I will say about some of these older cartoons, especially ones that change outfits like each episode. I absolutely love them because they're just so colorful and creative. And I think you can find inspiration for your style or pretty much anything from anywhere. And I just love their outfits. And I love that they're trying to comfort their friend. Like, they know they're nervous. They're really trying to do what they can. And that's something I always loved about old media for girls, especially when it revolved around a group. A lot of the time, it was just so, like, they just emphasized the importance of girlhood, womanhood, community, like just being out there for your fellow woman, and it was just beautiful. Some mentions I will say is that their takeaway, which is what I just said about community and taking care of people, it's subtle, not too subtle to the point that children watching won't be able to pick up what they're laying down, but it's subtle enough for them to still be able to extend their mind a little bit, instead of them just telling you, be a good friend, help your friend, even if, you know, there are hiccups along the way, do what you gotta do, you know. Like, come on, kids are smart. Okay, episode 2, Salsa Bee. So Nia and Kennedy are shopping for Wesley, Madison, B-Day Bash, until Noli comes in and expresses her dilemma. She was asked out by
Is this just screaming out my name or what? Nia! Kennedy! Yeah, and it's screaming out my name too.
her crush at the gym named Parker. Like, here's the thing, like, I started going to a gym a couple of months ago and I'm really getting into it. And the dudes I've dated before, they weren't really that much into the gym. But, like, I kind of want my next boyfriend to be into the gym so we can, like, be in the gym together. And, like, we can support each other. And because I also kind of want a big boy, like Sis said. But anyways. So, her crush, named Parker, asks her out for salsa. And she lies and says that she loves salsa. And I've never really cared for storylines like this because I'm just like, can you just tell the truth? Like, can we just get this over with? Like, just tell the truth. Just suggest something else. Like, he already wants to go out with you. I doubt that he's just gonna be like, oh wait, no, I don't want to go out with you now because if it's not salsa, it's nothing. Salsa or nothing. Like, what sense does that make? Anyways, so she decides to practice with Nia because supposedly she's been doing it since she was 5 years old. So they help her, and they also both go on the date with her to try and like model it, but she basically beats Parker into submission with her terrible dance moves from stepping all over his toes. And she ends up confessing that she doesn't know salsa. But it all works out well, and he walks her
Let's call it quits for tonight. I want to be able to walk you home.
home. So one thing I will say, I love Noli's voice actress. I don't necessarily remember what they sound like, but I remember just liking how it sounds. Yeah. And I love that they reassure her that he is lucky to just be going out with you. Like, regardless if it's salsa, regardless if you know, he's just lucky. And it's just another good lesson, okay? That you are the prize. That you are the prize. Remember that, girl. Like, don't let anyone tell you anything differently. And on to episode 3, in uniform. So this is a Chelsea storyline.
Just 3 months working at Pretty Planet, and I'll have enough money for airfare to Paris and a hotel.
Chelsea is hired at Pretty Planet, a cosmetic and clothing store, but she's hesitant. Though they do have a recognizable name and she'll be able to go to Paris to see a new spring collection, she just can't do the uniform. It gives Hocus Pocus vibes, but kind of like peasantry vibes, but not like peasant top cute peasantry vibes, you know? So she decides to take matters into her own hands and alters it herself. And she turns it into like
Coat off. Ta-da!
like this baby doll dress, and I just love baby doll dresses. They're just so cute, so adorable. Just kiss. And they end up loving it, and they ask her to do that to all the uniforms. But all I could think was, I hope they're paying her more, because I'm like, wait a minute, like so you want her to do extra work on top of that, or is that work replacing her work that she would be doing if she wasn't altering these clothes? Because she needs to get paid more if you want her to do the altering and you want her to do the regular store activities. Like, get your money, girl. Don't let them take from you like that. So yeah, I love Kenny's purple outfit. If I can find a photo, I'll put it. But I just thought it was cute. It was like a all purple ensemble. Kind of reminds me of the Zendaya monochromatic outfit she wears sometimes. Yeah. Okay, so number 4, Egyptian Nights. Wesley has a housekeeper, so I'm also still thinking that she might be one of the wealthier characters, at least outwardly so. And she was offered to plan a museum auction.
I'm so glad I've got the whole posse here. I'd be freaking out without you. We wouldn't miss your big night for anything. Of course! Not a chance. You know it.
Like, come on. You gotta have money if you're doing that. But she forgot the centerpiece, which is a mummy linen cloth, at her place. So it's about to start in 15 minutes, but it isn't coming until the end as a closer, so they do have time to go and get it. Nia encourages her to distract the audience until they arrive, and she sells it for more than attendance, so she is actually praised for what she did. And I will say that I love the outfits here, especially Egyptian Nights is the theme. and it reminds me of something Cleo Denal from Monster High would wear. But I did watch the web series when I was a kid, and I absolutely loved it, though I didn't really care for the movies as much because I didn't really like the 3D. I thought they looked better in 2D, so I've always been in love with that animation style more. And I'm not sure if it's still free on YouTube, but if it is, I definitely recommend you watch it, girl. Like, it's good, even for background noise. It's just it's cute. What? And the girls I love how they're continuously just supporting each other, you know, calming each other down. Like, this is girlhood. None of them are insecure from each other's opportunities that are given to them. And one thing I will say, though, is I know that because it's historic, that's why that cloth is valuable. But I couldn't help but laugh a little bit because I was just like, it's like a raggedy rag. But, like, I get it. Okay, episode 5, Act 1, Chelsea's fashion show. Another Chelsea's...
Mia, Kennedy, you guys are so sweet to help me. You're gonna be there tomorrow, right? Our girls' first big fashion show? You bet, Chelsea.
Storyline. So, Chelsea is having her first fashion show. Kennedy and Nia are at her place helping her make finishing touches. Chelsea is nervous, and her anxiety rises even more when she realizes she doesn't have any models. Like, girl, you have a fashion show and you forget to get models? But anyways, good thing that all of her friends, you know, and by all, I mean Kennedy and Nia, who were there, they end up modeling for her. And she also has to be up there because they're one model short still.
Here she comes. She's almost here. Showtime. Break a leg. I mean, don't break a leg. Wait, your cell phone.
And it is successful, and hopefully she learns her lesson for next time. Like, girl, come on. Once again, friendship is power. Anyways, moving on. Episode 6, Act 2, Secret Admirer. So, a random man is texting, emailing, leaving muffins, leaving a scarf on Kennedy's scooter.
Don't tell me. It's him again. Good morning, gorgeous.
This guy's thumbs must be sore from all the texts he's sending you.
It's not just text and emails. Yesterday I found this on my scooter.
Please tell me this guy has a brother.
And her boyfriend, River, is out of town right now. So, she realizes that she has a secret admirer. And now, every single time she interacts with a man who's even a little bit helpful or just tries to get her attention anyway, she's accusing them for being her secret admirer and tries to let them down gently that she has a boyfriend. And it is pretty funny. It's always a misdirect because it has nothing to do with them being interested. And the next day, River is returning from being out of town and she's getting ready to go out with him. But she goes to the front door and she has a bouquet of roses waiting for her, but there's only 11, not a dozen. So when she hears a knock on her door again, she goes and answers to River. who's there with the last rose. Like, that's so cute. I love a romantic little episode like this. And like, he's showing her princess treatment. He was like, oh, you know, I gotta spice it up because I don't want you to get bored of me. Like, he's so funny. Like, he's cute. If my little girl was watching him and this was her crush, I would understand, because he treats her, it seems like he treats her well and like tries to keep it fun. So this episode was really nice. One thing I do not like though is when they were talking about the stuff that the secret admirer was doing. If the secret admirer wasn't her boyfriend, it would just be weirdo behavior. Like, he was leaving stuff at her door. Like, that's like stalker behavior. And when she was telling her friends about it, they were like, oh, I feel like they were downplaying it. Like, I don't remember exactly what they were saying, but they were downplaying it. I was like, no, girl, like, that's weird. Like, if it wasn't her man, you should have been calling the police, because like, no random man should know that much about you. Whew, stranger danger. That's stranger danger. Okay, episode Bad Roommates, Act 3. This one kind of annoyed me too, so I might have another rant loading up. So Chelsea and Kennedy are shacking up.
Thanks times a bazillion for letting me stay over, Chelsea. Is this gonna be majorly fun or what? Let's hear it, girls, let's go. I'm feeling international.
Kennedy, you sure you need this much stuff? How long will it take to get your bedroom painted? Only
Temporarily, while Kennedy's room is drying because she painted it recently. Kay is moving in large furniture, a dog she didn't even tell Chelsea about, and just the dogs don't even get along. She borrows her clothes without asking, and just their items and preferences continue to clash until both of them are advised by different friends to just talk it out, get all the grievances out there. And Chelsea apologizes first and Kay follows and they make up, but no, like, Kennedy is very inconsiderate. Like, she questions what Chelsea's eating, like what she brings in the house. She tries to clean like poop.
But what the hell, boy?
With one of the pieces Chelsea is working on, like, even like whether it's an old dress, whether it's scraps, or whether it's whatever, why would you ever do that? Why would you ever just like pick up, like, why would you do that? And they make it seem like the things Chelsea was doing was on the same level as what Kennedy was doing. Like, you know, she brought a dog in, she didn't even know she had a dog, that she was bringing one. Like, she took her clothes without asking. Like, anyone who has sisters, you know that's annoying as hell, especially if you want to wear something. Like, she wanted to wear that and she already had it on. And like the poop thing, like, that was my last straw. So this episode really pissed me off. Like, if you ever did anything like that to me, we'd be scrapping. Like, just don't do that, girl. You know I love you, but just don't do that. Okay? So, episode 8. Reality Stars, Act 4. Noli, Wesley, and Chelsea are in a common hangout spot that you'll see in this web series, a cafe. Nia strolls over with a camera and is recording.
Have you ever seen worse frizz? My hair looks like something growing by the side of the road. My feet would be laughed off the side of the road. Check them out. This is what happens when I hurry. I'm happy you're digging your new camera, Nia, but I don't like being filmed when I've got a case of the uglies. Or when I'm sweating. Or when I'm eating. Raspberry filling. I've got
Recording, and she's going to be submitting a film for this competition, and she decided that she's going to do a reality show of her friends. So none of them are ready for the camera. They're all very camera shy, and everything they do comes out awkward or messes up whatever they were doing. So at the night they go to the club, and there's another thing, like they kind of go to these parties and clubs, but they're 16. I don't know if they're still 16 in the web series. We don't see them go to school, and they do seem to have jobs. So maybe they are adults in this one. But then again, back in the day, you could be like 12 and be doing anything. On TV, like you wouldn't go to class, you could be going to clubs. They'd have clubs just for kids. I'm like, that's wow, that's amazing though. So yeah, that's what they're doing, and she's just filming them all over the place, and they come to the conclusion that the camera is just not for them. Nia does win the competition and wants to continue, but everyone's just like, no, absolutely not. No thanks. No thanks. But I've always loved storylines like this. They did the same thing in like Victorious. That's the first one that comes to mind with the reality TV. And they did like what is it? The slap? They did something about that. And there's been other storylines like this before, and I always just like them because I'm always just, I don't know, I like the drama. And I don't even really watch reality TV shows that much. I did watch Love is Blind, but I didn't even finish some of the seasons, and like that's the only one I really watch. But yeah. So episode 9, the last episode, Madison's Passion, Act 5. Kennedy, Chelsea, and Wesley are hanging. Wesley has been offered to plan a gala for a benefit concert, but turned it down because it was too much work and rules, and she didn't have outfit.
At the flea market next weekend. This would look cute with one of the dresses in my vintage line. I wish I could make things like you two. I tried knitting once, but I made a sweater a moth wouldn't touch. And this one will go great with any of the dresses in my party line. Speaking of party, the girl who was planning the big gala to benefit the concert hall is sick, and they asked me to take over.
I read that's gonna be hands down the biggest party of the year.
Do you know how many celebrities you're gonna meet?
None. I turned the job down. It sounded like too much work.
Why?
So she asked her friends to do things with her over like I think a 2-week span, but all of them are busy with their individual duties, including her dog. And she is alone for the 10th night in the row. So she decides to change her mind. She has so much free time, she might as well plan the gala. And the day of, everyone's complimentary towards it, and they plan a getaway for them to all relax after their busy schedules. And I love how Wesley redirected her attention. Like she didn't want to do it before because it was too much work, but I'm like, girl, you're not doing nothing anyway, so you might as well. And she found out that she really loved it and she wants to continue doing it. So I think that's great. And I like how they all can independently do their own thing, focus on their passions, but they're always going to be there for one another. And sometimes it's like that. You won't have time to see your friends that much, but you know that they'll be there for you when you need them to be. And I just love that. And we are done recapping all the episodes. Okay, so here are my rankings. I hope you remembered yours. It's okay if you didn't. I did say a lot. So, at number 1, Madison's Passion. And number 2, Secret Admirer. And number 3, In Uniform. And number 4, Reality Stars. Number 5, Chelsea's Fashion Show. And number 6, Egyptian Nights. And number 7, Salsa Beats. And number 8, DJ Nia. And last but not least, but it is least, Bad Roommate. Boo! But anyways, though I didn't really grow up with MyScene on the radar, I was aware of it. So it wasn't completely out of left field. And I did play with Barbie and Bratz. I usually would just take my sister's Bratz. I was mostly a Barbie girl though. And I didn't realize I had so much in common with the characters, and even just some silly coincidences like it being made in the same year as me. I just thought that was nice. And I would say that Kennedy and Chelsea are my favorite based on this web series. Though I had a lot to say about Kennedy and the bad roommate, I don't think they're a bad person, just a bad roommate. So I generally love that there are changes to the outfits each episode. I will always give a cartoon applause for that. There's always an episode takeaway, and it's just about being a great friend, just being in love with fashion, knowing how to improvise, having romance, showing them pursuing their dreams, and it's overall just very cute. And I definitely think it's still for a younger demographic, so these lessons they're age appropriate. And let me know if anyone's interested in me like breaking down the other MyScene web series or any other media, because like I said, they have games and I believe they have movies too. So I might do that. Let me know so I can move it up on my to-do list if you guys are interested in seeing that sooner. I will be doing more videos like this. It might not be in a POV format. It might just be more professional, like analysis, retrospective, whatever. I don't really know what category this falls under. A recap, possibly. But I've always loved videos like this. Like, I love ranking videos and retrospectives for TV shows and like movie reviews. So I definitely want to continue doing these and just get better at them along the way. But I just wanted to get this out there, have it be a bit more lighthearted and playful, and get familiar with doing videos like this. I definitely will be doing more. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to my channel. Applause to you if you did. If you didn't, I mean, that's fine. I guess I'll just like go and cry in the shower. Bye.